After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 318. It is Monday, August 6th, just before 3 o'clock. Actually, it's after 3 o'clock.
No, it's before 3.
No, it's before 3. It's August 6th, 2018. I am Marlacia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome everyone for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you'll find something that will keep you coming back. If you are returning, we're glad that you're back with us. That's awesome. Yay. If you are in the shadows, please feel free to join the group officially over on Ravelry. We're Pen, Hook, and Needles on Ravelry. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching us on YouTube. Just press that little subscribe button on your right underneath the video and hit that little bell so you can get notifications. We do have some new members. We have, I'm sorry Carol, I really don't know how to say your name. C.S. Sitzler.
I think that's probably correct.
Carol. And we will be mentioning Carol later, but welcome Carol. We're glad to have you with us. And Mies J. I think her name is either Meek or Mieke. I'm sorry. I think she's from Holland, but I don't know if that's her. I'm not sure that's her native place of birth. I've never heard that name. It's very pretty. Yeah. So welcome to both of you. We're glad to have you with us. Do you have something to show to drink?
Oh yes, because I do believe I have more projects. Well, it's not very interesting. It's just water. Yeah,
we're both having water. It's very hot here today, and this thing is making me really hot. So, all right. We're glad to have you all with us for the Fun in the Woman Cave, and if it seems a little subdued on my part, I really should be having something with caffeine because I kept dozing off in the Adoration Chapel. I must have gone over my reading. I would have
waited while you got something with caffeine.
Well, I don't know if I want anything so hot. I might have some later. But anyway, let's get into my pattern. I did mark it completed. I want to thank all my testers who finished the pattern. Thank you very much. And I know a couple of you were unable to because of health issues and things, so thank you for putting the effort into it. I will be releasing it as soon as I can get Talia to show me how to put the thing on there with the code for, I'm going to make it for a day or 2 or 3 or whatever. I'm going to have a discount or free or whatever for a short period of time.
Have you figured out yet how to make a shop there? Or do you need all that?
I need all the help I can get.
Okay.
So this is how it turned out. This is how I'm wearing it. I've got it braided in the front. So, and this is the picture that's on the front. Can you see it? I can't see because the camera's in the way.
Yeah, they can see it, Mom.
I will send everybody who is who was testing for me will get a cleaned up copy of the pattern as my thank you, and then as a surprise, I have a skein of yarn. It's drying downstairs, and for the testers who did finish the pattern. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Anyway. One skein of yarn, I put all 7 of you into a hat, random number generator, and I picked a number. And the winner of that skein of yarn that's drying downstairs is Rena Gale. Okay, so Rena, I need your name and address and the fact that you won the skein of yarn for testing for my shawl, okay? And I just decided I wanted to do that as an extra thank you because I didn't have any patterns like Talia does or anything like that to give away. So I figured a lottery kind of thing would be kind of fun. So, it's a skein of yarn. It's a kind of a wine color. I don't have anything. It's kind of like this color, maybe. Can you see that?
Yeah, they can.
I'm not sure if it's exactly this
It's
color,
not exactly
but
that,
it's kind of a reddish brownish purple, maybe. It's really pretty.
Well, perfect is that color over there, but they can't see that.
Pretty close. I mean, I have a color that's similar up there. In fact, I think it's the same color but more saturated.
Mm-hmm.
And the colorway, I believe, is What a Maroon. So, yeah. So, thank you for all my testers. Congratulations, Rena, for you won that prize.
There's the thunder.
There's the thunder. Okay, I'm going to take this off because I'm getting hot. I just wanted you to see how I was wearing it. Caught on something in my hair. Can you see it?
Hold on, stay still. Turn. Yes, there we go.
Thank you. So I'm going to take this off because it's just too hot for this right now. Alright, so that's this. And the yarn is a sport weight, 328 yards, I believe. Okay, now. Alright, let's move on. Rana, okay. In other groups, our Cal-Cals. Is there anything you want to say before that? Okay. In other groups, we have the Harry Potter Cal-Cal, which is the Victorian Studio Podcast, who is Maureen, and that's a year-long Cal-Cal, anything Harry Potter related. And I'm not sure if she has a new podcast up yet or not, but she's well worth watching, so you might want to check that out. It's a lot of fun. We have the Family Movie Night Cal-Cal, which is Crocheting Hoovian, and her podcast group is Crocheting Hoovian, and that's a year-long Cal as well, Cal Lao, and it's kind of like our Tea and Tales, only it's movies, okay, and it's for a year. The Year of the Socks is also in her group, and that's Crocheted and Knit. I don't know if she accepts loom knit socks, but if she accepts loom knits in her other Cal, she probably does. Just ask her if you're not sure. She's very accessible. Okay, and she has a wonderful podcast. And then we'll get into the other one with her later. The Shorty Socks Cal, which is Undead Yarn, that's Heidi, and that's all year long as well. That's Undead Yarn, and she's Knitty Girl. And she is accepting all kinds of socks, as far as I can tell. Okay, so you might want to check that. All these are wonderful podcasts. All these people that we are talking about their alongs, if they have podcasts, we really like their podcasts. Okay, we have the 18 Hats in 2018. That's Bee Wing from Comforting Crafts, and she does not have a podcast, but the group is a lot of fun. And if you are charity minded and you make all these hats and you don't know what to do with them, and you can't send them to us, you can send them to Brittany because Brittany takes all the hats. Okay, not just the baby and toddler hats. Okay. There's the 18 Toys in 2018 Cal, and that's Studio Von Design. That's Vonnie. That's Bee's Knees. Okay, that's the group is Bee's Knees. And another one that's not a podcast, but a lot of fun. Okay, she's one of our moderators, and she's a lot of fun. And she also has a Dragon Along Cal going on, and that's to the end of the month. Okay, so that's a lot of fun as well. And the rules are in the group for all of these. All right, the 2018 tracking stash is Deb's Destiny and Blue Yarn Always. That's Debbie and Sheila from the Never Cast Off podcast. And it's basically keeping track of your stash, how much you're using, how much you're bringing in, you know, are you, what is it they say, yarn is going to be, go last longer than your life expectancy. I can't remember what it's called. It's a acronym. I can't remember. Anyway, but try to keep yourself accountable, you know, with what you're buying and what you're making and things like that. I don't know if they're having prizes or not. That you'd have to check out. That's the Never Cast Off podcast, and that's a lot of fun. Those summer knits and summer sock alongs, those two alongs are in the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. That's Yarn Cafe Creations, who's Christy, and that's the mom, and Dragon Horde Yarn, who is Tristan, that's the daughter. And they both have Etsy shops for their yarn. Christy is Yarn Cafe Creations, and Tristan is Dragon Horde Yarns. Okay, and I think Tristan is still on Etsy, but I think she's in the process of moving her shop. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's still on Etsy or not.
I haven't heard any more of that yet, so...
I know Christy's still on Etsy.
Yeah, so you might want to check out their podcast. They do have a podcast, as I said, and it's called Girls in the Yarn Cafe, and they're a lot of fun. They're new to us. We just started watching them, I think, in May, and they're just a lot, when we met them at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and they're a lot of fun. So that's a good one there. Okay. Tortoise versus hare. Okay, I said I was going to go through prizes, and I'll go through as we go through the alongs. That way I don't have to, figure out where I am. Tortoise versus hare is actually Laura Concert's, excuse me. It's Laura Concert's Crocheting Whovian's baby, and she very nicely asked us to be a co-host along with B-Wing, who is Brittany from Comforting Crafts. And she calls Cappy the silent partner. So Cappy's involved as well, and that's Cappy. Let's see, Cappy Yarn and I podcast. I always get mixed up because it's a little bit different than her name. But if you look Cappy up under the Yarn and I, you should be able to find her. Okay, she's got a good really good informative podcast. She hasn't podcasted in a while. She's been really busy with shows and things because she has her own yarn dyeing line. But I cannot speak today. And I don't even have tea today. Alright, so the Tortoise versus Hare runs from July 1st to September 30th. Now, the rules that I am talking about is for our group, okay? It's basically the same as the other groups, but they may have differences, okay? So you have to check the groups. For us, WIPs and FOs will both be eligible to have prizes, okay? In order to be eligible for prizes, you must join the Ravelry group to which you are posting. Alright, we accept knit, crocheted, and loom knit. 1 WIP per project per week, okay, and the FO whenever it's finished. And if you had an FO that week, like say you finished you worked on it Monday, Tuesday, you finished it Wednesday, you can still put the WIP and the FO both in that week, okay? We've asked that you tag your projects PHN TOR versus HAR 2018, okay, for Ravelry, and hashtag in front of that for Instagram. The projects must not be finished prior to July 1st, but they do not have to be finished before the along ends. You just have to work on it. Okay, they have to be anything to do with turtles or bunnies. Okay, any form of turtles or bunnies. Okay, if you use Lady Fernicle Creations yarn, the completed project will be eligible for 2 chances of prize. Any Franciscan Gypsies design or Vonnie's bunny and turtle little, I guess they're pot holders, but I think that's what they are. They're really cute. Are those that are completed in the turtle versus hare, obviously for Taya, the tortoises and the hares, they are eligible for 2 chances of prize for the finished object. And if you use my yarn with one of those 2 featured projects, then you get 3 chances at a prize. But you're responsible for your multiple postings, okay? Now, I do have prizes to show you for this. I remembered this time. Okay. For the Tortoise versus Hare, we have this Interweave Crochet DVD, okay, and this is the 2009 collections, the spring, summer, winter, and fall of 2009, the patterns in that magazine, okay? And then we have Happy Fuzzy Yarn in the macaw colorway. That's this. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Alright, now. Alright, moving on. So that's pretty good, I think.
Yes,
and that macaw color makes a good turtle. Okay. PHN Tea and Tails, that's the year-long Cal-Cow that we started. It's our first time we've done a year-long Cal-Cow. And so that began in January, ends in December. And the projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted as always. Previous WIPs will be allowed, but they must be worked on during the time period. Chatter and pictures are all on the same thread as always. Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to the theme of tea and or tails. And for the newcomers or those who you don't know, by tales we mean novels, graphic novels, short stories, chapter books, children's books, things like that, okay? We don't mean poetry or movies, okay? Movies, you want to do movies, if they're not novelizations, they need to go over to Laura's side, okay? And in case you missed it, Zuzu's Petals now has a children's book reference. It's called Zuzu's, is it called Zuzu or is it called Zuzu's Petals?
I think it is called Zuzu's Petals.
So it's a children's book, so that is acceptable for us now, okay? Okay. As always, any Franciscan Gypsies designed FO gets 2 chances as a prize. Any Lady Furnicle Creations FO gets 2 chances at a prize. Any Joanna Johnson's pattern that is related to tea and or tails, those are knit, have 2 chances at a prize, as do any of Mom Cook's loom knit patterns that are related to tea and tails, and Crocheting Hoovian's patterns that have to do with tea and tails. She has 3 patterns out. One is specifically tea and tails, that is her Hufflepuff, but one is a hat and one is a cowl. So if you did something with the yarn or naming of it or something to make it relate to tail or tea, it would be acceptable and be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. If any of those featured patterns are used with my yarn for an FO, that's 3 chances at a prize. We really love giving you guys multiple chances for prize winning. Okay? I want to thank all the people who have donated for all these cal-cals for us. Either, you know, there were some that had codes for the patterns at the very beginning and things like that. So we want to make sure we say thank you to them.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay, the prizes for this we're doing quarterly. It's a little different than we normally do. And so we already did the first 2 quarters. And all the prizes are out now. Everything is gone, right? Everything has been sent off.
Yes.
Okay, so everything is out. You should all receive it very soon. The 3rd quarter prizes will be a skein of my yarn donated by Stephanie, who is Cookie 45. It's a DK base, and this is Mystic DK, and this is the colorway. Okay, this is 246 yards, 100 grams, superwash merino wool, 100%. Okay, so this is really soft. And make maybe a nice hat or mitts or something. DK weight toy. Make a nice bunny or an owl or a turtle. Okay, so that's one.
It would be a good turtle.
Everything makes a good turtle.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie also donated a Franciscan Gypsies design mug. You've seen our mugs with the faces on it and the animals and stuff like that. We have one that's specifically Franciscan Gypsy designs, and that is going to be one of the prizes that Stephanie donated. So thank you, Stephanie, very much. While I'm in here, I'll tell you about the 4th quarter prize is another Plum Deluxe tea package, and we're glad that Rena got hers. She really liked it. And a Mom Cook loom knit pattern, okay? And you would contact her for that. And the year-long prize is this. Okay? There is a package of mini skeins in here. There's 2 skeins of lace weight yarn in here. There's a project bag. There's stitch markers. There's note cards. This is a really nice package. And this is for everybody's eligible for this from post 2 or 3 to the very end. With the quarter ones, wherever I stop, like I stopped last quarter at number 1760, I think it was. Because it says here I start at 1761 and go till the end of September, I think it is. However, for this one, it goes from number 2 to the very end, so everybody has a chance except us.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. All right, moving on. Cardiac awareness dysautonomia. Now, Taya's going to be talking on this, so I'm going to keep it short and just show you the prizes. I just want to give you the rules. They're basically the same. The cardiac started July 1st. Cardiac dysautonomia started July 1st and goes to September 30th. And our rules are basically the same. We really don't change our rules except for Ready, Set, Go. Whips and FOs will both be eligible to be drawn for prizes, and you must join the Ravelry group, of course, to which you wish to. I guess we're the only ones this time, right? We don't have any co-hosts this time. And be maybe knitted, loom knitted, or crocheted, 1 whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The tag for this is PHNCR. What did we say it was?
Oh, it was,
Because you said it was different. I said it was PHNCRADA.
No, it's CAD.
CAD. Okay, PHNCAD 2018 for Ravelry and hashtag PHNCAD for 2018 for Instagram. The projects must not be finished before July 1st, but they you don't have to finish them before September 30th. You just have to work on it. Now the quirk for this one is it must be in shades of red, pink, blue, teal, and I think we said, what was the other one we said? Like the turquoise, aqua colors. And we kind of lean toward the blue in these colors for this. But if it says teal on the yarn and it's more green, we'll accept that. You just have to show the ball band so we know, okay? Because I know I have a teal that's more green than blue. So actually I have one that I dyed up and one that I'm using for a project that are more green. So
it's just one of those colors.
It's just one of those colors that's kind of, you know, variable. So shades of red, shades of pink, shades of blue, teal, you know, that kind of colors. Turquoise, aqua, that kind of stuff, okay? Substantially those colors, all right? Let's see. As always, if you use my yarn in those colors, if you use Franciscan Gypsy's designs in those colors, they give you 2 chances at a prize. And if you use both my yarn and her pattern and you finish it in those colors, 3 chances at a prize, because we do love giving you prizes. Okay. We have prizes. We have donated by Rena Gale an up to $8 Ravelry downloadable pattern. Thank you, Rena.
Thank you.
And again, we have the second skein of this happy fuzzy yarn in the macaw colorway. And this, I don't know if I told you what this was. It was fingering weight 75 superwash Corriedale wool and 25% nylon, 435 yards. So that's nice. And then we also have, this is the one I couldn't read. That's
really pretty.
It is. This is Soden Noodle colorway, 75%. I think it's 75 75% some kind of wool, and then
polyamide.
I think it's polyamide, because it doesn't look like it's any form of nylon. So, and this is Jits Farvapat. I don't know. Isn't that pretty?
It is very pretty.
Not make a turtle.
No.
Yes. Okay, so that's the prizes we have so far. I think you guys are really lucky. All these wonderful prizes. Put this back in here. I won't be able to find it. Did you want to talk about?
Yes, sorry. So you're just sitting there fascinated at you trying to put that back in the bag for some reason. So there, finished my eyebrow. What to say?
How about your appointment?
Okay, so we missed last week because we were actually in New Jersey. I went to a specialist, another cardiologist. I'm starting to collect specialists, but he also works with a focus on dysautonomias. Dysautonomias are autonomic nervous system disorders, syndromes, but a lot of times it's discovered by a cardiologist because the symptoms are frequently, at least when it comes to POTS, frequently cardiac.
Well, they mimic cardiac.
They mimic cardiac in nature.
Ooh, pretty socks. They match your hat.
Compression socks. Don't get excited. But yeah, it was good. It's the first time they've done testing that even when my vitals are fine, and by vitals I mean blood pressure, heart rate, because I'm on medicine to bring the heart rate down and bring the blood pressure up.
She's just a mess.
Yeah. But it's the first time they did testing that when those are fine because of the medicine, that they did a test that actually found something. Which basically shows that, well, my autonomic nervous system is crazy.
Just like the rest of you.
that basically...
He just let it slide.
I'm not 100%. But basically, Basically, when I do things, my fight or flight is off. Where most people can do things like
get out of bed,
stand, your simple activities. I get basically a spike of adrenaline, and then so that's your sympathetic nervous system. That's overreacting. And then the parasympathetic, which is supposed to put the brakes on, calm things down, is reacting too quickly, so slamming on the brakes. So I get exhausted just doing the smallest things. And actually this is a good segue into things like dealing with some of the chronic illnesses, because one of the quotes I had read you was they compare the effects on the lives of people with POTS. They can be as bad as the effects of the people on people's lives. Sorry,
COPD
and CHF.
I don't know what CHF. Oh,
congestive heart failure.
Because you said they changed that.
Yeah. Now they just say heart failure.
Yeah.
But so what you'll find is people who have these chronic conditions, the smallest activities will affect them. So I've had people who have had heart failure, for example, who say, yeah, sometimes they have to break up their dressing. I put on my shirt, I rest. Now this isn't that bad for me, but the person will put on their shirt, then they need to rest. Then they'll put on their socks, then they need to rest. So that brings in the cardiac awareness part of things, that some of these people who have the really hard chronic cardiac conditions, it is a severe effect on their lives. If it takes that much effort to dress in the morning, do you think that they're going to be wanting to go out and doing things? Because they haven't even yet left their house. Heck, they probably haven't even left their bedroom yet. And they've used up a bunch of energy.
All their spoons.
Yes, all their spoons. Just dressing. I believe I've mentioned this before. I have to make adjustments to my life. If I'm having a bad week, a bad day, I might not brush my teeth standing because that takes energy I can't afford to use. So I'll brush my teeth sitting. I will sit rather than stand when doing these I might have otherwise stood during. I might park in an area, if there's 2 levels of an area I could park, I might park on a level where I don't have to use stairs, because the stairs take more energy than I can afford. It's a lifestyle change. And with that lifestyle change...
And it's not just for the person.
No. And with that lifestyle change also comes a level of mourning. And you will go mourning who you used to be, what you used to be able to do. You will go through periods of time where it's just like you don't even think about it, and the next day it could just completely crush you because you are not the person that you thought you'd be, who you want to be, because of the limitations that your health is putting on you. So that also might keep someone with a chronic illness from wanting to go and do things, spend time with friends. They don't want to necessarily limit their friends. They don't necessarily want to take up that energy. They don't necessarily want to be reminded of what they couldn't do. So that's just that's just a couple of things.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, that's into whips.
Yes.
How many do you have?
More than you, I think.
We're wearing opposites again.
We are. Let's see. And you said you have 8, right?
Hmm?
You said you have 8?
No.
I'm pretty sure I have more than that.
I think I have 8. All the silence.
Sound of silence.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8, 8, 8,
I have
8.
10.
Okay, well you go first twice. I mean, you know, 1, 2, and then I didn't think I was going to have this many this time. What are you looking for?
My bag.
Oh, right in front of you.
No, I'm looking for a specific one. So, in my Kickaboo Bags Teacups bag are the recess socks. You haven't seen these in a while. For Mom.
My socks.
This
Did you
is,
change the name of them?
No.
Okay.
You just haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
The Miss L Basic 6-ply sock. Pattern by Miss L. This is my go-to sock pattern. It's a sport weight DK sock pattern. And using Marigold Gen Superwash DK in the colorway Sidewalk Chalk.
So pretty.
So,
I love that. That's been a nice autumn winter sock whenever I get it.
for some reason the color in the background looks kind of orangey.
It does a little bit.
But
I think we have a lot of red for some reason.
But there we go. That's one that's been done for a while. And then worked on this one last night.
The green pops and the bright blues aren't showing up real well. There's a lot of pops.
Well, like I said, the
There you go.
podcast seems like it's a little more orangey. I'm not
I
sure
don't know.
why. But yes, so that got some work done on it.
What did I do with my shawl? Oh, there it is. Okay. Where did I put it? Okay.
And then the other one that, sorry, just want to make sure that that needle wasn't going to try to come out. Okay. The other one that I got some work on. Oopsie. Is stay. Is in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag. This is dark ruby. And this is my On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Caritz, using Miss Babs Yazawetta skin in the colorways Obsidian, Pewter, and Blatz. So
That's pretty.
this got.
Very nice.
I do look forward to having this one.
It's very dark.
It's very much my colors.
Need some gold in there.
No, it's perfect.
It is perfect, but you need some gold in there
No.
to be your colors.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put gold in this. It would ruin it.
Well, you'd have to leave out the gray to put the gold in.
I feel like it would ruin it.
It would depend. You know, it depends on how much you put in.
Yeah.
You know, it would be. I think it would have to be a perfect type of gold. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It's hard to get gold accurately. Okay. This one you haven't seen in a really long time. This is in my Knitting's My Bag medium owl bag. And this is my Follow Your Dream from the Yowza Way It Shawl 3 pattern by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm using US 8 circulars on a 32-inch cord, and Miss Babs Yazwood Skein in the Grand Dream colorway. So you can see, I did a couple rows on this while watching the movie yesterday. I don't like these. These are not the red lace that I like. These are the ones that have that really strange bend to it.
Oh, yeah.
They're okay because they're still, the needles are good, but I don't like this bend because it catches.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why there are the ones with the bend.
I don't know. So, I don't know if you can see, there's purples in this. A little bit.
The lighting in here is really off today for some reason.
There's blues and some subtle shades like lavender. Right? Can you see it?
Yeah,
right there,
maybe.
now you can see it.
Yeah.
So, I've got a little ways to go on this still, but I just wanted to do something different, and this is what I pulled out. So, this is fun. I like doing the weights.
Darn, I'm in the middle of the row. This, in my Ploverbird Kissing Bunnies bag, is my Just a Little Chilly mitered square afghan using Scrap Sport DK and worsted weight yarns, inspired by KF Jones of Bakery Bears fame. I'm doing a 55 count square, 55 stitch count square, and this is just supposed to be like an afghan size. It's meant for when it's done, it's meant to be for like when I'm on the couch or whatever. Although obviously it can be used when I'm in bed, but it's meant kind of like as a napping blanket. But I had completed a square, but I didn't like it because it's too bulky. It was really different from all the other squares, so I ripped it out and restarted it with a different yarn. It was that yarn that you had for your baby sweater.
Oh, well, that's even bigger than bulky. That's like a chunky.
And then I held two sports or something together, and it really did match the same weight, but I really didn't like how it felt in comparison to the other squares.
Right. Well, it was probably too bulky.
It was.
It might have worked if you did bigger needles, but
then it would have changed.
It would have changed.
So, and I finished this one, which it didn't help that it was next to this yarn either, because this one's really thin.
Is that Quicksilver?
It is Quicksilver.
Yeah.
So it's Quicksilver, and then I can't remember what I used this in.
Probably a cozy.
No, it wasn't for Stethoscope Cozy. I can't remember what I used that for. Oh, maybe you used it for a turtle.
Maybe. Is that Heidi's yarn?
No, I don't know. Or someone gave it to me. I feel like you used it for something. I can't remember.
It looks familiar, but I don't see. I don't know.
So, so I didn't get quite as much done on here as, it doesn't look like I got quite as much done on here as I did, because I completed I finished one square and completed another one, but I just really didn't like how the other one worked. Right. So, not to mention, I kind of felt like it was rough on my hands, not the yarn itself. Working that weight of yarn with that needles and that pattern was it was like fighting me.
Right.
So
I don't do that. If something's fighting me, I don't do it anymore because my hands can't handle it.
I should have stopped earlier before I toughed it out and I didn't like it, so I ripped it out.
Yeah.
So and along the same theme, in my Silver Shed, this is my last one of 2 in a row, Silver Shed USA Autumn Leaves bag, are the Diana's blocks, which is Stitch in Time pattern by KF Jones, using scrap fingering weight yarns. So this one's been done for a while.
I like that one, it's pretty.
And this was my Inspired by the Bakery Bears one, because different projects, they were either Bakery Bears projects, or the reason I picked up the yarn was Bakery Bears. And then here's my sparkle one. Actually got a fair amount of work done on that. Partially because I didn't want to work on my bulky square.
It's funny how that goes.
So, finished this one.
That's pretty. Looks like Valentine's.
And this one is Marigold Jen. This one came from a bunch of minis I picked up in Maryland. And then another Marigold Jen in purple here. And after that it'll be
I thought you had my oh, there it is. Okay.
yeah, it was the first one, Mom.
Yeah. The Blue Christmas.
Yeah, I did. Then
Wait,
after
more of that and sparkle.
that point will be these
I
three.
recognize this one.
And I could do it like that or turn it around. I'm not sure which I'm going to do. I might turn it around so the blue's not over the blue. I don't know. So, yeah, getting close on this square. About a little over halfway there. So, actually,
Almost halfway.
almost halfway there.
Because you have to be halfway through that square to be halfway through.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
Yep.
Okay. My next one is in my Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag. And this is the Seafoam Preview Baby Hat 2. Because I'm original that way. I did a little bit of work on this. Not a whole lot, but you can see it. I like this. And this is what I was talking about, a teal that's more of a green. So that's how far I've gotten on this. Only a few rounds. That's okay. It'll get done. Your turn.
Okay. In my oops, which bag is bunny? My Silver Shed USA nurse's caps on a pale field bag. Is 42. It's a Hitchhiker pattern by Martina Bam. Using Marigold Jen's yarns, BFL extra long sock in the colorway Sidewalk Chalk. So
Making some progress.
yes, sorry, just kind of there we go.
I'd make that in a DK and see how big it gets.
Because you could always,
I guess you could just keep making teeth.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to do the 42.
That's pretty.
So
And if you block it, especially if something like Miss Dabbs, it'll really block
it's
out.
kind of an addictive pattern when you get going on it.
I'm sure.
Because you
And
just
it's not overly big. No matter how big you go, you're not going to get this huge amount of
no, you're not.
stitches. Is that thunder again?
Yeah, it's been thundering steadily.
Okay. Alright, my next one is, if I can find it. Okay. My next one is in my Mama C Words, Words, Words bag. And it is Lady Caprice. And that's Tara the Sea Turtle pattern. From Franciscan Gypsies. That's Talia. I didn't do a whole lot on this because my hands were bothering me. And it's I'll come back to it. I mean, this one might be relegated to the toy along. Even though I'll keep working on it probably, but I picked up something else as well, so we'll see. But you can see that I started the green, the Villainous colorway. Let's see right here. And Tara, I love Talia's turtles. I love all her patterns, but I have certain ones that I really like. And I think her favorite turtle for me is probably Biddy, but I love Tara.
I think Tara's the cutest of my turtles.
Timmy's adorable, but because
I think I like her eyes.
yeah, the thing with this one is that once my hands are in good shape, then I could do any of the turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the owls and the bunnies and all that. But right now, if I want to look like I'm making progress, I pretty much stick to the Biddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Tara's going to be put on the back burner for a little while, I think. But, and this is what's going to be the other color. So you've got the green.
Mm.
And this colorway here is one that Cappy dyed especially for me. It's called Lady Fernico. I think it's just called Lady Fernico.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look here. Yes, Lady Fernico. So she surprised me. I love it. It's my colors. And so this is Marigold Jen in the Tangerine Speedo, and I think the green is Villainous, which is the Dragonfly Fibers. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I made a sweater of it.
Yeah. And this is all I have left of my Cappy yarn, my Lady Fernico Creations yarn. So Ty will probably want some of this for her blanket, but I want
Yes.
it back because I'm still playing with the idea of making my own blanket.
Mm.
Although I'm not worried about it because I do have the Tara. So that's that.
Okay, so in my Ploverbird stained glass Batman bag,
I still like that bag.
oh, I love the fabric on this, is Tea Break, and it's Mom's I'll Be There For You shawl. I knew just because of everything going on that there was no way I was going to be able to finish this on time, which is why I'm down as a tester, but I wasn't really a...
Tanya's actually more of a tech editor.
Yes, I am. I just did not want to put that pressure on
It's
myself.
kind of the way I do her toys.
Yeah. Mom, I tell Mom she doesn't to put on the pressure, but she puts the pressure on herself anyway. But...
It's getting big.
It is. It is. So, it keeps wanting to curl on itself.
It's because there's so many stitches. What size is the cord?
Oh, I can't remember.
I put in the pattern that I used a 47 inch.
This is a
cord.
50-inch cord.
Yeah. I was really bunched up on the 47s. 50
I think it's just partially... There we go.
pattern. There you go.
The pattern.
Oh, yeah, you have plenty of room still.
Yeah. It's just, it was just wanting to curl. So, it's growing slowly but surely. I've been wanting to work mostly on mindless things. But if I wanted something with shorter rows, this wasn't the thing to work on.
Well, we're going to the movies either Thursday or Friday.
This is my
so that's
my
probably what you'll take.
Yeah, this is usually my theater knitting.
Okay, my next one is in my, I think it's in here, in my Winter Cardinals, Knitting with My Bag Winter Cardinals bag, and this is my Faith of Our Fathers bookmark, and you haven't seen this in a little while either. I did a little bit of this.
I'm glad I didn't get too far in that after all, because I like having one easy theater knitting.
Yeah. This, I finally finished the repeat on this, so I'll be starting on the second one for this. And Sue finished this like that. I just can't do that anymore right now. Plus I have, but you can see it.
Yes, you can.
So I'm really happy with this.
My poor colorwork's suffering. It's just that I haven't had the focus for it.
I haven't been able to focus much either lately, but well, witness the fact I kept dozing in the church today. But this came along, and I think if I sit down and work a little on Sunday, I might be able to get some more done. You know, after I do all my other stuff that I do on Sunday. So I'm just using Knit Picks yarn with this. I think it's Knit Picks Sport. Let me see. Yeah, Bravo Sport in the Fairy Tale and Dove Heather. Hey, this is Fairy Tale. I can use this for tea and tails.
Oh, I know. I used. Oh no, you had your own fairy tale.
I can, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Not that I can win anything, but
Yeah.
okay, good. Right.
I used fairy tale at one point for fingerless mitts.
Your turn.
So in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag is Buttercup and Bluebell Field, and it's an On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Caritz. Using Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the colorway Squash Blossom, Dragon's Flight, and Fountain Pen. Stay.
Anne makes amazing bags.
Yes, she does.
I love that one that she made for Laura. The huge, I mean, you could actually put a kid in there and just carry. I mean, Laura put it over her entire body. It was pretty funny.
This one could you can definitely fit your head in.
No, well, this could fit a person in it. It was huge. Perfect for if you have a blanket. You just want to put everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, I'm actually middle of a row. I didn't realize that. So you're gonna end up seeing it in the middle of a row because I didn't realize I was in the middle of a row.
I think it's my least favorite of the ones you made. It's beautiful, but I think it's my least favorite. I like this one. I think the best.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there. I like the black and red.
Yeah.
They're all really pretty.
So this one's made to match a hat.
I think
What happened with this one is I actually was a lot farther, but then I realized I forgot to do some increases in this yellow section, so I had to rip back 12 rows.
Oh my, that's a lot of work.
Well, I ripped out the needles and then picked up the stitches farther down.
No, I understand that, but
a lot of work to
Yeah.
lose. Yeah. I think I was messaging my friend while I was trying to knit this, and I got distracted.
Well, Laura told me all I had to do was put a lifeline in. I think it was Laura.
Oh, I don't do lifelines.
I don't know how to do that, so.
I don't do lifelines.
But anyway.
I see in my head a picture of Worf, and he'd be like, "Warriors don't do lifelines.
Warriors don't do lifeline. Do not.
Do not." You're right. He doesn't say don't.
He doesn't do contractions. He's almost as bad as Data with that.
Yes. Well, that was one of the things that
Riker was able to figure out why he wasn't Data.
That's how Wesley was able to figure out.
Riker did as well.
Oh, did he at one
Yeah.
point?
It was I forget what it was. And Riker was, they tried to make, it was when the kid was all by himself on a planet and Riker was there, and it made him seem like he was, with a bunch of people.
Oh,
And,
I saw that one. That was the one where they made him think he was a captain.
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, it was
And-
supposed to be in the future.
Yeah, and the kid looked like human, but he wasn't human.
Yeah.
And so he was dredging from Riker's memories or whatever, but he didn't catch that Data doesn't use contractions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The thing with Lore was that Lore had even smugly pointed out to Data, "I'm more human than you. I don't use contractions."
I do use
I do use contractions. And then when he was trying to fake being Data around Wesley, Wesley showed some of the fact that he's young, and he pointed out to him, "Oh, hey, not only do you have this facial tick that you always have as Lore, but you're also using contractions." If he had been a little
more
mature, right? He
Yeah.
might have kept that to himself and then told somebody.
Right.
But,
All right. Are you
yeah, I'm done.
okay? All right. My next one is my unnamed preemie baby hat in my Silvershed USA caterpillar bag. We call it the bookworm bag because she made it for the bookworm kit that Taya had going with Heidi, right? Or was this by itself?
Heidi.
It was Heidi, yeah. That's on Dead Yarn. And I've actually made some progress on this one. As you can see, this is the Jazz Stripe colorway. And I'm going to have to put this on Jimena and see if it actually fits a baby, if it's going to have to go for a doll. But it is a hat. And it would fit a micro preemie in any event. But, so that's that. And it's pretty stretchy. I like the fabric. I've come to the conclusion that I prefer working a worsted weight on looms if I can, unless the bulky's not overly heavy, because sometimes and I've said this before, sometimes the fabric that you get with a bulky weight that's too bulky is just too inflexible. It's almost bulletproof. So yeah, this is fun. I like doing my loom knit projects. They give my hands a rest. You all right?
No.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, in my Silver Shed USA Avengers bag. Oh, hey, it's not as orange anymore.
Must have been something with the sun or something.
Yeah. Is okay. So I don't know that if I mentioned this last time, but because one of the doctors is a fellow Stargate SG-1 bag, he's been calling my stethoscope cozies Goa'ulds. And basically Goa'ulds in Stargate SG-1, they are aliens that look like snakes, but they
In fact, Jack always calls them snakes.
he always calls them snakes. They attach themselves to your brain, but it's through your spinal cord. And so since Dr. Pegasus calls my stethoscope cozy snakes, I just went ahead, or called them Goa'uld, I went ahead and named them after mythological deities, like the Goa'uld name themselves, even though the Goa'uld normally do Egyptian. I'm just going for all sorts of mythology, which also works for Tea and Tales.
Can't win anything.
No, can't win anything. So this is Heimdall.
And that is a reference to Thor.
That is a reference. Well, I wasn't using it for the.
No, I understand, but it is a reference to Thor.
It is a reference for Thor as well, but I was thinking of the mythological Heimdall, who is the guardian of the Bifrost.
That's what he is in the movie, too.
It is what he is in the movie as well.
I didn't realize he was considered a deity.
Yes, he is. So, and on the site I looked up to find out what his colors are, they can be multicolored because
the Bifrost is multicolored.
Because the Bifrost is multicolored. So, that's why this is Heimdall's.
It's pretty. You can't really see the colors though. It's just not.
Well, it's because it's Wild Hair Pinnacle Sock and the colorway Colorama.
It's really pretty. It's just not showing up.
It's just not showing up very well, yeah.
But it's got a lot of little pops in that yellow.
Yes, it does. It
Or
has
green or whatever it is.
Green and yellow and kind of like a pinky orangey.
Melissa's a good dyer.
Yes, she is.
It's just really neat colors.
And I believe I had actually picked this up for the intention of making a stethoscope cozy.
Did you do it at Maryland? Or did you do it when we went to the shop in
Maryland?
Yeah. I don't buy from her at Maryland because I want to conserve my funds for other people that I don't see. She's right down the street from us. I can go in literally at any time that she's open, or go to the marketplace in town and pick it up there. So
actually, I can't remember if I picked this up at the marketplace in town.
I thought you picked up at the marketplace.
I can't remember now.
I generally don't buy from Melissa.
I did buy at Maryland from her, but I can't remember where I picked up that one.
And I told her, I said, I can buy from you when I go there. I love her stuff, but I'm on a budget at Maryland, so if I can buy her when I'm home and I have a little more disposable income, then I'll do that. But I'm not going to buy her at Maryland when I'm kind of tight for cash, because she's right here, thank God. Okay, all right, my Ploverbird Owls bag is my Autumn and Avonlea project from the Anne's Imagination Cowl. It's Green Gables inspired, and it's by Tanya Marie Anderson. And that's the wrong bag. That's my other bag. That one is by Christina. I love that bag too. I love my owl bags. I have a plethora of owl bags this time. So I only did a little bit on this. I've not caught up to where I was before yet. I like this yarn. It's so pretty. It's Skano, I think, and I have no idea what the colorway is because Skano does not label its yarn. It drives me insane. I don't buy their yarn. I got it from the yarn box.
Yeah.
And I really love their yarn. And they're very nice. I think this might have silk or something in it.
They were the ones who contacted me out of the blue. I think it was back on... it was either on Plurk or Twitter. I think it might have actually been Twitter. Back in the rare times I was doing Twitter. And they contacted me out of the blue and just offered to give us like a deal on yarn or something.
I remember something like that. They're very nice. The only bad thing I have to say about them is I wish they'd label their yarn more clearly.
Right.
That's the only ding I can give against them. They're not overly expensive. They're not anything like that. It's beautiful yarn. It's just when I receive it, if I don't remember what I ordered, I have no idea what it is.
Right, and that's a problem.
So that's a problem. And but they're really good. And that may have changed. I haven't ordered
Right.
in years because I stopped Yarn Box because it got to the point where Yarn Box was, I was feeling guilty because it was coming in every month or every 2 months and I wasn't using it fast enough. And I don't like having things just come in and they, just to come in. But this is very pretty, and it's, the pattern, Tanya's pattern is very nice. It's not difficult. It's kind of a sampler, and it's a cowl, and I'm looking forward to getting some more work done on it. To be honest, I've kind of been struggling to do anything creative until recently, so we'll see what happens. Okay. I don't know what I did. Oh, there. Okay.
Got it? Okay.
I'm very talented.
In my, Little Skein in the Big Wool, bag, this is a Velveteen Rabbit bag Mom got me,
A long time ago.
and this is another stethoscope cozy. This is,
Actually, it looks like a snake.
yes, it does right now. Wow, I must have been tired when I was done working with this, because I just threw it in the bag. I didn't even bother throwing it back in the,
Well, we pushed ourselves yesterday, took a walk in the heat and in the humidity, so she was tired.
not as tired as I was to walk before.
Oh, it was a longer walk before.
True. But, this is Loki, for obvious reasons. In the comics, these are Loki's colors. Not so much in mythology. In mythology, they tend to say black is Loki's color. But,
And he wears a lot in the movie, too.
of this color?
Of black. He
That
goes
black,
between back and
yeah,
forth.
that black suit was a good look on him.
Yeah, it was.
I think because he's slender, it really made him look more slender. But, and, I thought it's funny because Thor said he was dressed like a witch.
Yeah. Just before he fell through the cement.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm probably about 4 inches before I have to start widening out the stethoscope cozy. So Loki isn't too far from being done.
I have to see if I put down a recipe for that. I don't remember.
Yeah, this is one of Mom's yarns. This
It's a
is,
good Christmas color.
well, I didn't actually change the colorway here, but this is, I can't remember what this is called. Hold on.
I think it's something about gold in the wood or something.
I think
like
you're right, because I think I lost the ball band, because I had used this in something else. It's on my project page. I just don't have the ball band on here. I almost didn't have Loki in my show notes because I started him and then worked on him a lot. Heimdall was actually started first, but I've been enjoying this one so much more.
It's funny how that happens with a pattern. You're doing the same pattern and one just is the one you want to work.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if Loki was done by next week, so.
Okay, let's see here. In my Knitting's My Bag gnome bag is my precious heirloom shawl. This is my I'll Be There For You shawl. I'm testing it in a fingering weight, which is why it's taking so long, because I should have probably done this on a 7 because it's hurting my hands on the 6. I love the color. This is Lucky Jenny Knits. She dyed this for me. It's called Jewelry Box. And it's just beautiful. I'm nowhere near finishing it. I'm about halfway to where I have to start thinking about the bind off. But isn't that gorgeous? There are a couple mistakes in this one simply because I wasn't paying attention. But it's for me, so I'm not worried about it. And it'll be nice to see how it works up fingering. I know one of my testers did do it in fingering weight. It looks gorgeous. I'm very curious to see if it's more scarf-like. So that's.
I would think it would be.
Matches my bag. Yes, it matches my thing too. So
It does.
I'm all matchy-matchy. I have a little teapot. Where'd it go? There it is. Teapot and an owl. So, I think the owl might be one of Maureen's. I'm not sure.
I think you're right. So next, final in my Mama C Tudor bag. You hadn't seen this in a while because I forget what I had in this. Oh, I think I had my fingering weight
Blanket?
blanket in it for a while, and then I moved it.
That's a pretty bad.
It is
One of Christina's.
So this is Peacock. This is On the Forest Floor by Simone Carite. And this is for Mom. Because her hands bother her and she was wanting one of these shawls. So it's Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the colorways Trust Me, Terra, and Zing. And
I still have mine on the needles, but she'll probably finish that before I finish mine. It's beautiful.
so she just gave me the colors and I chose what order to put them in. So it got some work done up on it before we went to New Jersey.
And she will be keeping what's left. I have another Zing in there, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. My next one, I already said that to you anyway.
Yeah.
In my Mama C Owls bag. This one.
Did you end up with more projects than me?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have an FO and a frog.
Oh,
Okay, this is what I hadn't started yet. This is my Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle. I don't think I started this before the last podcast. So this colorway is, what is this? This is Dragonfly Fibers, I think. Yes. This is Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the Sheaf colorway. I have Marigold Gen in Liquid Gold. No, Madeline Tosh in Liquid Gold and Marigold Gen in Fresh. So this is Marigold Gen right here. And
which matches very well.
this is
They
Mad
actually all
Tosh.
match.
And this
very
is actually
well.
Talia's.
Yes.
I
I think I used it to design the original Biddy.
So those are my three colors. I'm just on the top of the shell here because I want to work the shell apparently. I never start with the head. I mean, I usually do, but I just didn't want any. I just wanted to be mindless.
Mm-hmm.
And I've marked my increases because it helps me to know where I am. I don't have to count as much.
Right.
I just do it. So I love working Biddy. Biddy's fun. Biddy has only 2 legs, no tail, so he's fun. Okay.
Well, now it leads to on the bookshelf.
Okay.
Because you didn't say any frogged, right?
I do have a frog.
Oh, okay, frogged first.
Yeah. I frogged my other I'll Be There For You. It's the one I had. It's my sky blue, let me see what I called it. My Blue Sky Project, I'll Be There For You shawl. It was, I love this color and I love this yarn. I didn't like so much the way it was working in the pattern. I couldn't see my stitches with the needles I was using and the fuzz of the yarn. So I think I'm going to do a crochet shawl with this. A very simple one, probably the one I'm working in, that dark blue colorway I got from not Hobbledehoy, the one that went out of business, the one who got sick and she couldn't do it anymore.
Gourmet Stash.
Gourmet Stash. I'll maybe make that with this, and it's very simple, just double crochet basically. So that's what I'll probably do with this and another color. And I think with the texture different, maybe this with the color you gave me for the other shawl, it's slightly different, and the texture will be different. So that would be nice for that. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this, because this, I love this. Laura Concert gave this to me, and I want to use it. It just wasn't working in that knitted shawl.
Right.
So I took it out. All right. Now, I do have a yours is probably better than mine, because mine's just a simple baby hat.
And you turn out baby hats like nobody's business.
Yeah. So here's my little baby hat. That's why the other one's called number 1. This is number 2. This is number 1. The other one's number 2. So it's baby hat.
And if it's Jimena?
Yes.
I need to block this, but I finished Davina's Donnie with a dash of Leo. She was very excited about that, but I told her she couldn't have it till the podcast.
Oh, I thought she was being nosy when she came over here looking at it. Told her to stop being nosy.
No, she knew that Donnie with a dash of
Okay.
Leo was done.
Pretty.
So this is her first one. That's not a fingering weight.
I want to take a look at that when you're done.
Yeah.
Because I think the one you made for me is fingering. I want to see how it is with it when it's not fingering.
Well, you tried it on the yellow one.
Oh, let me see it anyway. It looks like it's bigger.
It is bigger because
I mean, it looks like it's bigger than the yellow one.
I might have added a few more rows because I know Davina likes it very slouchy.
This is a lot more comfortable.
Okay, so you like it like Davina does, very slouchy.
Well, for me, it's not as slouchy because I have a little,
Yeah.
because I have this hair in the back.
Right.
Yeah, that's very pretty. It fits more like a beanie.
Yes.
And I like it. It's not making it so I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So if I was to make you one, you want like I make Davina, and you want it with that weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been waiting for this one. I need to block it for
Yes,
her.
very patiently.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. What do we have next? Oh, stash enhancements?
So yeah, do you have any stash
I have a
enhancements?
lot of stash enhancements.
Oh, okay. I only have one, so
What do
and
you
mine's not as interesting.
Okay.
Honestly, I have not bought anything yarny. You're probably not going to see a lot of yarny stash enhancements from me for a while.
Oh, go ahead and do that, and then we'll do. And then we'll get. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I've had to buy a lot of things that, with the dysautonomia, there's a lot of lifestyle changes. So that can be expensive. So one of the things I picked up was Dysautonomia Project. The reason I wanted to show this is because it is interesting. You might see me pulling facts from here occasionally. It has every chapter has one side for patients, one side for physicians. Same information,
For
but
healthcare professionals. Yeah.
yeah.
It says
I'll-
physicians.
Yeah, but I will read both sides eventually. Right now, I'm reading the patient side,
And that's probably what you
then-
would read for the podcast as well.
yeah, and then later on, I will go through and read the other side. But yeah, it was suggested by my doctor that I pick this up. Actually, the neurologist that I have an appointment from a year from now, his name's he's one of the authors in this book.
Okay.
So, yes. So not a very interesting in the way of knitting, but you won't see those kind of enhancements from me for a while.
Okay. This one is just dyes. My yarn, so it's just if I pull it out, it's just a bag of dye. Okay. I'm gonna have 2 bags like this. All right. So I got that a couple weeks ago. If you are on Instagram, you probably saw. I think her name. I think it's Old Time Yarn. Yeah, Old Time Yarns. She was doing her mystery yarn, and something happened in her personal life that she needed to do a fundraiser. And I wasn't going to buy the yarn because I'm trying not to buy yarn, but I wanted to help with this, so I bought something. And I bought one for me, and I bought one for Taya. I bought Taya a fingering weight, and I bought myself a DK. So this is the one that Taya got,
Thank you.
and this is the one that I got. And we didn't know what was coming out. It's funny because we looked at it, and I'm like, this would make an owl. I want this one. I hope this is the right one.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I was like, I really hope this one's
I love the
mine.
colors. I just didn't know what I would do with that.
And I'm not a huge fan, personally, of... I think it's pretty, but it's not something I would work with usually, is white
Brittany,
with
speckles,
a bunch of speckles.
Speckles.
I prefer something more colorful.
I like this on certain projects, and this is a DK. It's called This Cat's Got 9 Lives. Well, it's not going to be a cat. It's going to be... Although I did say it might be Patches.
You wanted a kitty.
Yeah, I said I was going to make this Patches. So actually,
when you first saw it, you said you wanted a kitty.
Yeah, so I think this might be Patches. I don't know if I have enough yarn for Patches.
Well, you were going to maybe do white for the legs,
yeah,
and stuff if you didn't have enough. Because when you saw it, you said you wanted a kitty. You kept trying to figure out how to make a kitty.
And that was before I knew what the name was.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Hardwired.
Yeah, Hardwired. That's right. So she does a really good job. It's called
Thank you.
It's called Old Time Yarns on Etsy. Can you see that?
I can see that.
Okay. And she's reasonably priced, and her she has the care instructions and everything on here, and I have to keep that with coupon code on here. So she's really sweet. And she made her goal, so I was really happy about that. She actually showed, which I thought was kind of classy. She showed the receipt from having paid off what she had to pay off. So I thought it was really classy of her, and I would definitely do business again with her. So that's that. And then we went. This weekend was my husband's birthday weekend, and although we celebrated his birthday yesterday for his meal in. We do a weekend. People who know us know this. We did the Sunday part of the birthday this weekend. Saturday, we just kind of did as we could because Taya had to work Friday, and we didn't want her getting up super early to go out to eat in Winchester or something.
Yeah, Friday was the only day I was able to work all week. Yeah. I just wasn't able to manage.
Yeah. So, so we went in. Where did we go to eat? Oh, we went to IHOP. Not the best. That's another story. But we went to Michael's, which was right next door, and I picked up this book because I'm interested in just having some small, and I kind of kicked myself from doing this, but I thought, it'll help me to learn some patterns. I had 2 books and I only got the one, and it's called More Than a Dozen Dishcloths, and I know I can get these on Ravelry. These I have in case I just am out and about somewhere and I just want to start something. So and it's going to be showing me how to do different stitch patterns, where I think will help me with my designing. Then we went to Walmart because Mike had to pick up some things, and I found this. Okay, I know I have a bunch of looms. This one says right on here, it's for light and medium weight yarns. And I've been looking for this, and it says right on the package. So I'm happy about that. I can do baby hats that are...
Will you be able to tell just by looking at it?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's measurements on it and everything, but I'll probably keep it in the box, or I'll put it someplace with. I might have Anne make me a bag for this, and I'll put in there that it's a fine gauge loom. So now I also bought some stickers and a hook, but they aren't really neither here nor there for this. This is not something I bought. I'm a what do you call that member where you subscribe to Craftsies? I forget what it's called, but you subscribe every year, and they have, you have whatever classes you want to take. They have all kinds of neat things when you do that. I mean, they had a promotion.
I don't know what they call it.
They had a promotion that I ended up not using because I couldn't find what I wanted. I thought it was something else, but I was ready to. It's really great to be a member of that. But my point is, I got into their plug and play class, and this is designing, and this is my my materials list, and I guess it has schematics in here and all that. So I'm looking forward to learning. This is going to teach me how to read charts for knitting and everything.
Good.
And I actually
knitting charts aren't that hard.
No, knitting charts I don't find to be as hard as
crochet charts.
Crochet charts are a pain. So that's what we got with this. But the real stash enhancement was not for us. I told you that we would mention Carol C.S. Sizzler, I think it was her name, or I can't remember. I'd have to look at. Oh, there it is. C.S. Sitzler.
You're actually pretty close.
And that's Carol, and she's new, and she jumped in with both feet, and she sent us a bunch of baby hats.
Yes,
thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you so much.
We haven't really looked at them yet. This whole box, you think, oh, it's got filler or what? No. Oops.
And we had another lady who did this before,
yes.
So we have a ton of baby hats.
Yes, so we have, we haven't looked through all of these. Look at these. We have, okay.
Oh, I think this one's adorable.
I like this one.
That one's pretty.
I
I just like the colors on this one. Even though it's not my colors, I think they're pretty.
This one has a little bow.
Oh, and it's frilly.
And it's frilly. I think they're all crochet.
They are.
So far they are anyway. I mean, she just, look at these. I mean,
They're adorable.
they're just so cute. I like the color on this. It's nice. I mean, some of them are you know, it doesn't matter whether they're boy or girl. And some of them, and she's got some here that I think will be toddlers as well as babies. And that's fine because the pregnancy center sometimes gets siblings who
Yes.
need.
And some babies have really big heads,
Some
too.
of them do. Look at this one.
Oh.
I mean, there's got to be like 30 hats in here.
Oh, look at that one.
Look at the top of this one. Oh
I
my
didn't
goodness,
see the
little
top
baby.
yet.
Look at the little pom-pom.
Oh.
I'm about halfway through this. I mean, oh my goodness. This
Oh,
is
wow.
one busy lady. Look at these wonderful, wonderful baby hats. The pregnancy center is going to be so happy.
Oh, they will be thrilled.
Carol, this is awesome.
Thank you
so
so
much. Little happy sibling hats. Look at that.
Oh.
These are so soft. Oh, look
They
at
are
this one.
very soft. Not quite sure what yarn she used. Some of them are really. Some of it almost feels like that Hobby Lobby
Cotton.
Yarn Bee.
Some feels like Hobby Lobby cotton. This feels like the Hobby Lobby cotton.
I'm not as familiar with that. It's really soft
Yeah, it is.
because their cotton is super soft.
Yeah, it is. Some of it feels like the cotton. Some of it feels just like, it feels like you said, yarn from Hobby Lobby, which tends to be really soft.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Yarn Bee.
Aw. Aw, little purple hat.
Look at
Oh,
this one.
Isn't that adorable? This reminds me of Strawberry Shortcake. The little doll.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Isn't that cute? Oh, it's got like little ruffles. And then this. This one looks like Commando. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, that's tough, baby.
Tough baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at these little. Oh, these are knitted. Okay, these are knitted.
Oh,
I don't know if these are loom knitted or regular knit.
these look like regular knit.
I don't know.
Those are regular knit.
This is crocheted. Oh, look at these. Oh, look at the little baby hat. Not even babies, I'm all.
Oh. Wait, there's more?
Uh-huh. Little preemie hat. This is loom knit. I'm pretty sure it's loom knit.
I'm pretty sure you're not right.
This, I can show you mine. Let's see. Look at that. This one almost looks like it has brim to it. Kind of. I don't know. Look at these.
They don't look like your stitches for loom knit, Mom.
Look at this. It's a 3 set.
I'm pretty sure this is just knitted, Mom.
That's cute. It looks like it has sprinkles on it.
It does.
This yarn looks familiar. I think Davina's used this yarn.
She might have. She might have. That's a lot of fun.
So these are the last. I mean, look at all these wonderful hats.
We better put them back before I dump them all over the place by accident. I'm kind of losing my grip.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of them.
This is beyond generous. Thank
This
you
is amazing.
so much.
Thank you so
I think we're going to
much.
bring it into the box.
Well, that's what we're going to have to do with the... We'll have 2 boxes because I have another full box for baby
Not to
hats.
mention the other things that we've made.
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
Wow.
Great start for the fall and the winter.
We'll have to look at their hours again.
Yeah.
So we can drop them off.
Wow. It's exciting.
That is amazing.
The generosity of the fiber community is just
Got it?
amazing.
Well, you got one.
Thank you so much. This is just beyond generous. Thank you very, very much. I'm not sure I got it in as well as she had it in, but there we go.
Yeah, because we had the backpack full and then we had the 2 boxes.
Wow. Yay.
Well,
Okay.
you know, it's good because, you know, they probably are running a bit low.
Yeah, because it's summer and people...
Yeah, and
And they can always use it.
early winter probably is when they're hurting, especially because...
Well, even fall because the babies.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're excited about that. That's, yay, amazing. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess, do you have any dying?
No, the only thing I did dyeing was the skein of yarn that Rena won. I was going to do some other stuff, and then I was like, I really didn't have time. I had to prepare for Mike's birthday meal. I made zuppa toscana, and, you know, he wanted zuppa toscana and cupcakes and homemade bread with ham and cheese and stuff like that. And he said he used the bread machine to make the bread to free me up to do some of the zuppa and that kind of stuff. But so I kind of wanted to be centered around him and not around my dyeing of yarn, so I didn't do that this weekend. I'm hoping, and then we were gone all week, or
Right.
gone a week and doing stuff. So I'm hoping to get some yarn dyeing done in the next few days, maybe. So, and you don't have any news either, right?
The only thing is autobiography.
But you don't have anything for shop.
No.
Okay.
Oh, heavens. I'm not going to have anything for shop forever.
Autobiography, I've been working on the shared story. I have been moving along at a reasonable clip. I even wrote in New Jersey, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And today I got an idea for a new storyline. Not for that, but for a new story.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
So I will show you that later. I'm really excited about it. We'll see if it goes anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still reading, Last Command and my religious stuff. I picked up a couple books, and I'm going to be picking up a couple more. I'm going to be picking up Flavius Flavius. I forget what his name is. He's a Jewish historian at the time of Christ and the time of St. Paul. So I'm looking at picking that up, and a book, Utopia. I want to pick up Utopia, and I don't know how many non-Catholics would be familiar with Formed, or how many Catholics either. Formed is a religious formation thing for Catholics or people interested in Catholicism, and I'm doing something on the Saints of the Reformation. So I was listening to Thomas More, and that's why I want to get Utopia. He's got an interesting viewpoint to things. So that's basically that.
And I've just been watching Star Trek The Next Generation because I was enjoying one of the episodes we watched recently. And I'm starting from the beginning. So,
Okay, that brings us...
binge watching.
Yeah. That brings us to Knitting Ephemera. And this is a 2-pager, so I'm only going to do the first half today, and I'll do the next half next week. Terms used to describe yarn color effects. Okay? Yeah. I was going to do one page. Do you want me to not do the whole page? Okay. I'm going to have to cut it quick, okay? I'll just do the first two. The first one is marled yarn, and that's made of 2 or more plies of different colors twisted together. If the individual plies are close in value and hue, the effect will be muted. If not, the effect can be bright and eye-catching. Sometimes marled yarns contain 1 or more white plies twisted with colored plies to give a barber pole effect. And then there are rag yarns, which is a type of marled yarn originating in Scandinavia. Generally, rag yarns are sturdy yarns made by combining white plies with brown plies. The term rag is probably derived from the Norwegian ragsock, meaning heavy sock made of coarse, sturdy wool. And that's where I'll stop because personal things. We want to thank our YouTube comments. Rena, Kim, and Jessica want to thank you. And we want to thank all of you for joining us here for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We hope to see you back here next week, which is Monday, right?
Yes.
On Monday. That's the 13th, I think it is. So we want to, in the meantime, want to wish you a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 318, and that's a wrap.
Bye.